Tell you what though, as peaceful as this is, I do feel a little bit on edge. I'm sharing this bothy with a complete stranger. Someone that I don't know. That is a little bit creepy, to be honest. Welcome back everyone. You join me in the very warm Scottish Highlands, near a place called Kinlochleven. And today I'm hiking into the wilderness, in search of a remote bothy shelter. I'm going to spend the night and see what happens. Come along for the adventure. I'm starting off the hike in this little woodland, and it is super peaceful. Kinlochleven is just back in that direction, and I've got a decent distance to cover, so let's do it. I'm currently on a wee trail called Kieran's Path. I'm not sure who Kieran is, to be honest, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on it for, but hopefully quite a while, because it's just winding its way through the woodland and it's really enjoyable so far. There's just so many natural sounds. The sounds of these wee streams, the birds chirping in the woods. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I am hiking about 8 miles to the Bothy, which isn't actually too bad, but I need to make my way all the way up to 400 metres above sea level, and the worst thing about it is I started at sea level. It's always the worst when you don't get that little extra bit of help. I'm meant to be following the River Leven right now on this path, and I can't see it, but I can hear it, so it must be pretty close. Speak of the devil. There she sits, and look at that. That's just a perfect opening. That is beautiful. What a place, by the way. It's just so peaceful in this little forest. I'm getting eaten alive by these little horsefly things just because it's so warm. For the record, I think it's 26 degrees Celsius, which is about 3 times as warm as I am used to. So I'm struggling a wee bit here, but how can I complain? It's just great to be out. What a place. The path is still great as well. It must be quite commonly used. Do you know what these trees always remind me of? I don't know if you've ever played Slender Man, but I feel like he could just be hiding behind any one of these. Probably not the best thought when I'm alone. Oof. Doing double the elevation isn't fun. I think this is the start of the big climb. This could be a little bit brutal, but look at that. The views behind me are just going to keep getting better. The time is currently about 5:30 and I have walked just over 3 miles, which means I've got just under 5 to go. So I've got a feeling this could be quite a late one. Path's a little bit more overgrown now, but I don't think that big yellow ball goes down until like 9:30 or 10, so we should be fine. Oh, I am so glad to be out of that. Just the thickest section of ferns. That is brutal. That's why I wore trousers. You're just asking for ticks and that stuff. Yep, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a tiny tick on my hand. Horrible little things. Oh, they really just give you the heebie-jeebies. Those little ticks. They're so small as well. It's really hard to notice them, to be honest, unless you're actually looking for them. But I am almost done this ascent, And you can probably tell by looking at me, I'm gubbed. But we're nearly there. I think I'm sort of going up and over this little hill that's in front of me. But look at this spot. A nice little lock-in and some waterfalls over the other side. So peaceful. Well, I have made it to a huge reservoir up at about 400 metres above sea level called Blackwater Reservoir. And it's quite a weird place, to be honest. You've got all the man-made things like the pipes and this huge dam. And then right behind it and all around it, you've got this incredible scenery. These huge, impressive mountains. Yeah, it's like complete polar opposites. It really is quite a weird place. The path has become very squelchy all of a sudden, but I'm very close to this Bothy. This reservoir really is some size. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely humongous. And it's gotten a lot brighter in that direction. That's looking towards Glencoe, which looks amazing. But my shelter and home for the night is not too far away. Let's get to it. Oh yes, I can see the Bothy. It's just up ahead. We are nearly there. Right, let's have a look inside. I think I could see someone from far away, so I'm sure there's someone in here. Let's have a look. Oof. It's a bit rougher than some of the other ones I've stayed in. Bit of scaffolding and stuff in here. Don't think you can sleep in this room, to be honest. And then another one in here. Yep, little fireplace. And there's an upstairs as well. Go and check that out. So we've got one room in here. There we go. All right. And then another room in here. No beds in this one. And just look at the views out the window. Incredible. So it looks like I'm going to be sharing the Bothy tonight. The guy is currently making his dinner, and I was trying to explain to him what YouTube was, and I don't think he really understands. And I don't think he wants to be on camera, so I'm not going to shove it in his face. But I have worked up an appetite. It's almost 8 o'clock now. I'm absolutely starving, so I'm going to get some food on. So a company called Fire Maple have kindly sent me this new gear to try out. And I don't know if you saw that wee button down there. That is unbelievable. You don't even need matches. You just click that and it starts it. Unreal. And look at that view. Beautiful. Right, that thing is definitely boiling. It's bubbling mad. Let's turn that off. There we go. So much easier. And for dinner tonight, I'm going to try these little soup things. I've never tried them before. I think these are chicken noodle. I've got 2 of them. So you literally just put the powder in boiling water and you should be all good. Let's see how they are. Right, I'm not sure how long you're meant to leave this for, but it's actually looking not bad already. I'm going to give it a wee stir. Didn't realise there's bits in it as well. Yeah, it's actually looking not too bad. So to go with the soup, I've got the most expensive rolls ever. Look at that, 10p, an absolute steal. And what about this, by the way? An absolute setup. Got a wee table as well. And what about that for a view to have your dinner? Right, here we go. A little dippy action. Oh, look at that. Unreal. I think I'm going to say it. It's better than a pot noodle. Just look at that. Just soaked in the soup. I'm just going to munch this with that view and then I'll head back inside. Well, that was absolutely delicious and made so much easier with that fire maple gear. If you want to check them out and get a stove for yourself, then I'll leave a link in the description. And if you use that link and code SUMMIT10, then you can get 10% off your order. Right, I'm getting eaten alive by these midges. So I'm going to head back in the Bothy and see if we can't get a fire going. Well, this fire's not going to win any awards. It is tiny, but it's better than nothing. To be fair, it's actually going decent now. It's not too bad. It's not even fully dark outside, but it's past 10 o'clock and it's actually warm. It's not really fire weather, to be honest, but still nice and cozy. It's just me and one other guy staying in the Bothy tonight. We've just been chatting for quite a while and he's in the other room. I'm sleeping in this room. And yeah, it's been nice. Now that I've got this fire going as well, it's so peaceful. Try not to be too loud in case he's sleeping. There aren't many better sights than a roaring fire in a Bothy. Just listen to that. Crackling away. Amazing. That is the last of my firewood in there. I reckon that's got another, I don't know, 15 minutes to half an hour in it. And then it'll probably run out. I tell you what though, as peaceful as this is, I do feel a little bit on edge. I'm sharing this Bothy with a complete stranger. Someone that I don't know. That is a little bit creepy, to be honest. Tell you what, the difference a fire makes to the temperature of the room is insane. It's so warm in here now. Oh, it's nice and cozy though. It's almost hypnotic, just watching the flames. So much better than a TV. Well, it is almost 11 o'clock and I am really quite tired. So I think I'm just going to let this fire burn out and then I'll get an early night and I will see you in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. It is almost 9 o'clock and I actually had quite a good sleep last night. My friend from last night has left. He left about half an hour ago. So that means I've got the Bothy to myself. So let's have a proper look around. So this is the room he was staying in. A little bit nicer, to be honest. You've got the sleeping platform right there. Little fireplace. And some amazing views out the window. And even a wee workbench or a bench to cook some food. And then through here is where I was staying. A little bit more simple. I just slept on the floor, put my tent down to stop my mat getting ripped. And then yeah, a little fireplace. But look at that. You can just see the river out there. So peaceful. We'll have a look around downstairs just before I leave. But I'm just happy to be alive, to be honest. That guy was nice enough, but let's just say he was an interesting character. He is 73 years old, which is pretty good going to get out here. He doesn't use the internet, which I don't know how he found this place, to be honest. And he was telling me that he's had fights in other bothies, like huge arguments, and he wishes he could carry a gun and he would just shoot them all, which is not what you want to hear when you're sharing a bothy with a complete stranger. But I've survived the night, and if you're somehow watching this, Dave, you're a legend. But I am absolutely starving. I've got some leftover soup from last night, so I'm gonna make that. Right, I think this is ready. Just turn that off. So much easier. Let's add these little soup sachet things. Give it a wee stir. And we are golden. Got my 10p rolls and some soup. Not a bad breakfast. Well, that was absolutely delicious and made so much easier with that stove. Make sure to check it out if you want to get one. And use my link and then use the code SUMMIT10 to get 10% off. Also let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas of things I can cook whilst I'm camping. Now that I've got a better stove and I can control the flame a bit better, I should be able to cook up a storm. But I think it's about time for me to leave. I'm going to fill out the Bothy book and then I'll probably head. There we go. Right, let's go. You have been good, Bothy, but unfortunately it's time to leave. Let's just shut that door. Let's go. It's a cool wee staircase. I might as well show you around downstairs as well, just before I leave. So this room into the left, there's not much going on in here, to be honest. Looks like they're about to start renovations. Not sure when. There's a bunch of scaffolding lying about. And then this room in here, there's a stone floor, so not as comfortable. I suppose you could sleep up there though. And then there's a wee fireplace. Yeah, really nice. But I think it's time for me to leave. Oh, it's actually warmer outside. But what about that for a view? Loch Kieran. That is beautiful. Right, let's lock this up. Keep the flies and stuff like that out. There we go. Loch Kieran, Bothy. You've been good. It's now just a case of me heading back the way I came, about 8 miles to Kinlochleven. So I think I'm going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a great night spent in the Bothy, and it was nice to have some company, even though I did think he was going to murder me at some point, but we made it. And if you've enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel out. And I'll catch you on the next adventure.